This video gives a brief overview of how Simplergov utilizes URLs for data. To understand URLs for data, let's take a look at the three central components in the Simplergov landscape, using government as an example. So over here we have government. Over here, the end users, which could be government employees or private citizens. And up here we have the web. In this case, we'll say a Simplergov web server. First, raw data gets uploaded to the web server in one of three ways. It's either uploaded manually to the Simplergov server in an Excel doc or CSV file, uploaded manually to a third party such as Google Docs, where it can be directly accessed by the server, or a dynamic link to the live data can be created between the web server and the internal data source, which may be in SQL Server, Oracle, and so on. Whichever of the three routes a dataset takes to the server, it gets assigned a unique URL. So with the data uploaded to the web, the question becomes, how can this data now be accessed and utilized in meaningful ways by the end users? The answer on a programming level lies in utilizing URLs for data. Let's take a look behind the scenes at Simplergov to see how this works. I'm putting in the URL of a raw dataset, and I can see the full dataset returned here in what is essentially CSV format, but with set column widths. This raw dataset relates to county building permits, and I see over 3,600 rows with 8 years of data here. Not very useful or workable. But watch what happens if I know how to manipulate the URL. Let's say I want to see only permitted records for 2008 for the month of November. I add year equals 2008 to the URL, and I now see only 2008 records. Now I'll filter down to November by adding month equals 11 to the end of the URL. Then I'll go back and add resolution equals permitted. And out of 3,600 records, I'm left with only permitted records for November of 2008, all by editing the URL. I'll change permitted to abated, and now I see abated records for November of 2008. Or I can go back and delete resolution altogether, and now I see all the records for November of 2008. I can also sort via the URL. I'll use the syntax to sort by the resolution column. And now you see that column sorted alphabetically. This concept, storing CSV files on the web and using the URLs for data protocol along with XML templates, represents the fundamental infrastructure of Simplergov. On a programming level, even as a power user, I can do almost anything I want to manipulate and customize the user interface of this dataset, because I can call any data element or sets of data within it. And I'm just leveraging standard internet protocols and XML functionality to do so. So the results are incredibly fast and dynamic. Remember, I'm interacting directly with data on the web here. Now let's leave behind the scenes and go to the Simplergov interface, where I don't have to be a programmer or even understand the concepts we just looked at to get tremendous value. Watch how easy it is to go through the same sequence. To get the permitted November 2008 records, I simply click once on permitted, click once on month 11, and click once on 2008. And there it is, the permitted records for November 2008. I can easily change permitted to abated, or delete resolution criteria altogether and see all the records for November 2008. And I just click once on the column header to sort alphabetically. It's that easy, and a power user, remember, with a basic understanding of URLs for data and XML templates, can customize Simplergov to do just about anything with data. This is just a small sampling of the power, speed, and flexibility of Simplergov, and how the Simplergov platform uses the power of the web to put the power of search in the hands of the end user. Thanks for watching.